Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Leigh?
Why don't I rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The munch brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Leigh.
I'm Aim.
They wear them.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another mukbang with Aim and Leigh. We are the Munch Bunch UK. Leigh, tell them what we have on the menu.
Hey Mo, we have a homemade curry. In as much as we made it in our home, but it was actually bought from the shop.
Yeah, so we seasoned it. It's a roast chicken as well. We did it like that and shredded it. Because I actually think that chicken curry is really nice from
You
a
get
roast
so
chicken.
much chicken when you shred it rather than chicken breast pieces.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. There's like half a pan left yet, and we've had 4 plates out of it.
And we've got some salad on the go here, some lettuce, cucumber, onion. Is there any onion?
Yeah, you got onion under there.
Onion and tomato and...
Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, so Leigh's been wanting to do this. Put curry in Yorkshire puddings for a while. It might be lovely.
We was going to do it with some like the big Yorkshire puddings that you can get, and we bought them, and then they sort of broke in the freezer when you put too much stuff in there. And then I said, oh, let's just have them for another meal. So we did it for the roast beef dinner the other day. And then I saw these beef dripping Yorkshire puddings in Lidl. Thought, let's give it a go. Curry in a pudding.
Yeah.
And we got some poppadoms over here, which I cracked up to make it look like there was more than the 4 that was actually there. Plus, you don't get a whole poppadom in one go, do you?
Exactly, that's the point. You crack it up anyway.
And we're back.
Yeah, just had to sort something out. Oops.
Ain's lobbing her food everywhere, guys.
Yeah, already.
Don't take her to an Indian restaurant, Cross.
It's really nice. So what have you had, Leigh? You had the same on as me?
Yeah, we had Rogan Josh today, guys, because there must be a shortage of tikka masala. I don't know if all the cooks who make tikka masala sauces have gone on strike. I don't know if it's something to do with Brexit or COVID, but there's no tikka masalas. I went to Lidl, I went to Tesco, I went to our local shop, none anywhere.
Oh, well.
And do you remember the last time I did a tikka? It was one of them paste jars.
Oh, no.
I thought it was like a sauce. I thought you had to put the whole jar of paste in your dinner. It was absolutely frigging disgusting. I think Aim told me after you missed it, took like a couple of spoonfuls in them, add water. I put the whole lot in. It was like eating a plate of salt. It was so salty when you had the whole thing.
You know Leigh likes salt, but you couldn't handle that.
No. You know, in 2 minds, I'm just going to eat the Yorkshire pudding as it is.
Now try it with the curry in.
Yeah. That's so good. You got to try it as well, eh?
I will. Get on in and let's have a review.
There you go.
No, I want. You're trying to make me have no.
No, I was just sharing. I'm nice that I share.
Leigh, you wanted me to leave you with the Yorkshire pudding, didn't you? Well,
that's good. That's a taste sensation.
Okay.
A curry Yorkshire pudding. They should start selling these in Indian restaurants. I swear down, it'd be a winner. Yeah?
That is good.
Oh, bit of chicken got stuck in my throat. Nice, isn't it?
I wonder. This is what we're going to do, guys. This is what we're going to do.
Oh, what are we going to do?
We are going to do...
Yeah.
How
What?
many different things taste good in Yorkshire puddings?
Okay.
I know you'd agree to that, but these ones now specifically.
Yeah, okay. I think we should try a chocolate bar next time.
No, but actually, people do put chocolate in these when they're not.
Do
When they're not covered in beef chicken.
Oh, well, that is a really nice taste. That. Let's just try the curry on its own now. But that is a good idea. It's a series of videos we should do. We need to get back on our crisp sandwich reviews, and our chocolate bar sandwich reviews. We've not recorded any since our first ones, due to the fact that Aim was put off after the first one to the chocolate bar one.
No, we have had a few things to do as well, haven't we? Which we didn't have time to.
And then next week I'm off to London. Tell us in the comments, because you'll see this before we go, what is the most London thing we can do whilst in London? I'm not saying we're going to do it, but
Well, we know.
what is the most... Get on a London bus, a London phone box, like them old red style phone boxes. Maybe go to a pub where Michael Caine once had a cup of tea. Something like that, let us know.
There's so many things.
What you can do.
I'm not lying. I'm just going to shut up for a second and appreciate this. This is bloody great. I'm not kidding you. I'm not one for Yorkshire pudding. I love them, but not like him. This is unbelievable.
You got to try it, guys.
I've got itch on my nose.
Yorkshire pudding with a curry.
I'm not kidding you. That is unreal.
It probably worked out best now because it was going to do like the big ones, like I said. But I don't think that would have had the same effect. Because like when you cut a bit off and eat it with a curry, you're only going to get a bit of Yorkshire pudding. With this, like you're getting the outside bit, which
I'm not that. I like naan bread, but I actually prefer this.
Christ, guys, can you believe I'm saying this? I can't. I mean, this is Amy whinges at me every time I do Yorkshire puddings with something different. But I can eat a Yorkshire pudding.
I love it.
I can eat it at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, not with dinner. Well, I wasn't making the dinner. I'll put some Yorkshire puddings in the oven, some frozen ones. Let's have a little snack.
It's going to turn my hand aside, right?
So, I found something out today. And some of you might be shocked. Some of you might be like, wow, how the hell have you just found this out, like? But this is a fact. So, I'm going to tell you. You know how Wetherspoons is sort of thought of as like the cheap chain of pubs? Oh, let's go to Wetherspoons.
Yeah, that's what like me and my friends was always like.
Yeah, you go for like the cheap pints. You don't go for the bloody music or the atmosphere usually in a Wetherspoons owned pub. But you go for the cheap beer and whatnot. You know how they can sell it so cheap?
No.
I found out today. This is like their sort of business model. They buy beer from, say they're serving Carling. They'll go to the brewery, whether it's Carling or whoever it is, and say, we want your beer that's about to go out of date. Not actually out of date, but like very close to going out of date. And they buy that because they know full well that many customers come into Wetherspoons rather than some of the other pubs.
That it'll get drunk.
Yeah, it gets drunk. So you're drinking beer, that's
Is it drunk or drank?
Drank,
It gets drunk.
It gets drank.
It's drunk.
Is it drunk or drank?
I don't think it's just a word, it's drank. I drank that. Like, I drunk that.
No, but you don't say they know it's going to get drunk.
I think they do, as in...
Sure, they said they know it's going to get drank.
Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Let us know. Is it drunk or drank? I don't mean like...
Drunk and pissed.
Yeah, not like, oh, we got drunk last night. I won't go around saying, I got drunk last night. No. Like, there's 10 pints of beer.
Should we ask Google?
In a pub.
Let's ask Google.
Will they get drunk or drunk?
Okay.
But that's what they do, apparently. They buy cheap... Oh, God, quiet.
Do you say drunk or drank?
According to Merriam-Webster, in modern usage guides, drank is the past tense of drink, as in, I drank a lot last night, and drunk is the past participle, as in, yes, I have drunk wine before.
So what is it then?
It's drank. I knew I was right. Actually, Lady Google just told us Leigh is right.
Yeah, but was it right?
Of course it was, 'cause I said it. Let us know, guys, what you think. Drunk or drank, if there's, like, will it all get drunk if they buy a lot of cheap beer? Well, you know for full well they will. And that's what they do, apparently. They buy it really cheap because they know that it's nearly out of date and they can sell it off dirt cheap at, like, £2 a pint or
I suppose that's
$1.89
good, though. Like, if you're a business, why the devil not?
It's like Primark when... I mean, it's not acceptable, but you all like your £2 packs of socks, don't you? Your £2.50 vests. That's why they get them little kids in like Thailand and Malaysia and wherever to make them for you.
Shady, that is.
For like 5p a day. It's horrible. But are you going to stop shopping at Primark for your kids' holiday clothes? Just because you might find out that they use child labour? You should do. None of us should do it. But apparently that's what they get. I don't know if it's even child labour. Maybe it's just adults who are paid like a pittance.
Yeah.
But Primark apparently are quite renowned for doing that.
They do. I know they do that. They pay them very cheap though.
But where would we be without a Primark these days? None of us have any bloody clothes. Because the price of clothes in BHS...
Not BHS anymore.
No, but when it was back in the day, that's where I used to get my kids' clothes from. BHS, Littlewoods...
To be honest...
Marx's...
That was like our school wear, that wasn't it, really?
I hated that. So,
I hate going into Clarks and my mum would make me, fit your feet in them things.
You was alright, because did you wear summer dresses and stuff in primary school?
In the summer, yeah.
As a lad, I remember, right, Leigh, I mean, middle of summer holidays, you were just having fun with your mates, playing on the streets, stealing cars and stuff at 6 years old. I didn't do that, but whatever. Just having fun, playing football. Come on, Leigh, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. What about it, Mum? I'm just playing. We're going to go to town now. Oh, for God's sake, for something fun? No, Got to go and get measured for your school shirt and your school trousers and find some shoes and some socks.
What was the difference between summer dresses, Sam?
Because you just like stuck one over your head and it's done. I had to wear like trousers or shorts, socks, shoes,
Well, I had to wear
shirt.
socks and shoes. Wasn't boys like in summer expected to go from shirts to t-shirts? I think that's what we were.
No, short sleeve shirts.
You couldn't wear like a polo t-shirt.
We didn't have them. I wear them for PE, but not like an actual. I used to wear a football shirt a lot of the time underneath my school jumper and stuff. Whip it off in the summer, put it down for a goalpost. I got my football kit on underneath, and you just have like 10 little year fours or whatever lads running around in the football kits, and then like by the time the lesson started, back into uniform.
What our school used to do was like, girls would obviously wear the summer dresses, but boys would be allowed to wear like polo t-shirts, like the ones with the collar.
Oh, that one do you mean? Just we didn't have them.
At least you don't have to wear bras.
Who didn't? I was always wearing a bra. Made me feel more.
No, but that is so
inclusive.
serious. Like, true though, they're horrid things.
Oh.
Evil contraptions.
Yeah, but in primary school you didn't really have to wear them. I hope.
I did in year 6.
No.
It was all like crop tops before that and stuff, but
The worst was when you went swimming and you getting
no.
undressed in front of all your mates and getting redressed. And there'd always be the dodgy caretaker. He had to come in at one particular point to clean the changing rooms. Don't mind the corner here, washing these showers down. Yes, mate. Why's your pants around your ankles then?
oh no, I never had that. But I tell you,
We had them all the
actually,
time.
there is something that happened. So when I was in primary school, my headmaster came in
Yeah.
and looked over the cubicle whilst we was getting changed for PA.
All right. As long as he didn't do it while she was on the toilet, that'd be disgusting.
But what's worse?
I'm joking. I'm not trying to make light of a bad situation.
I don't know. That
Did you know what he'd tell him? I'd say, oi, Pete, what are you doing in the girls' changing room?
He wasn't even just in there. It was like looking over.
What, eh? This is when you're
He was looking over like that.
Oh, he was looking over. Oh, got you.
That ain't normal, is it? That seriously.
I'd say it's not normal, eh? I
I
mean,
think I've told this story before.
he might have lost his wallet or something, I don't know.
When we was younger, in the Walker's packet at Chris, there used to be like a blue packet. You could have a £5 in there. Anyway, one go, I was in my classroom at break because it was raining outside. What we'd do, I don't know if your school was the same, but if it was raining, you'd stay in the classroom.
No.
No?
No, if it was raining, they made us go out even longer. It was like, get out there, kids. It'll do you good. It'll let you grow a lot, water will.
Oh no, we had to stay in. Anyway, so we went in. I was in the classroom. I opened my Chris up, found a blue packet.
Yeah.
£5 note in there. My teacher took it and kept it.
Little fucker.
Yeah.
These days, I bet them, a fiver, I'd say would be about 30 quid now. Just like the value. I mean, a fiver could get you a lot of stuff when we were kids.
Oh my goodness. This is spicy. Have you done something?
I added a lot of spice to it. Yeah, she said to me before I put the chicken in the oven, marinate it. So I marinated it all. Mo, how you doing, mate, if you're watching?
You put mouse stuff in there.
Yeah, Mo, Super Mo, and his missus Farhana sent us a lot of spices to do an Indian curry a
That's
while
why
back.
then.
So I marinated all the lot. And then I whacked it in the oven for a couple
Right,
hours.
I can't think of it's not meant to be a Rogan Josh.
Then I took it out of the oven and I shredded all the chicken. I got so much chicken. I got a whole pan full. I was like, this looks too... Because obviously it's the skin that got marinated. I didn't think this chicken underneath would be very seasoned. So I got all the seasonings again. I got a little spoonful of each seasoning, whacked it in, mixed it all together.
My mum's in there, like...
You can handle it. Mixed it all together and added the sauce.
Problem is, at the moment, it's like I tried to tell Leigh this yesterday when he did... We had something yesterday that was spicy. I've got a problem at the moment with my mouth.
Yeah, blisters.
And Leigh gets put spicy things up. So I'm sorry if I keep drinking, guys, but Leigh...
I was told to do it by
Well, I
her.
said, no, marinade doesn't necessarily mean make it spicy.
Oh, well. So, I was on about finding money and stuff and how it took off her.
Oh, yeah.
When I was in primary school, but it wasn't at school. I had a friend called Luke. Nice lad, really nice family and whatnot. One of the better kids in class. And I'd go through phases of hanging around with him. So this was a phase where I was. And his nan was taking him to a place called Eureka. I'd been there a few times as a kid. It's in Leeds or York, somewhere in Yorkshire. It's like
Kind of like a think tank, isn't it?
it was like a big science thing for kids. Really good fun. And they said, "Would you like to come?" I said, "Oh, I didn't say that's love." I said, "Yes, please." I was like 8 or 9. So I ran out. "Mum, Luke and his nan want to take me to Eureka." I was like, "Eureka, I can't believe it." And I was like, "Okay, I'll give you some bit of spending money and your entrance fee and whatnot." So there we go, go on.
There was nothing better than that, wasn't it? When you like, whether it's a family or a school trip, it's like, yeah, I'm going on a trip.
Especially with your mates and stuff. Dead fun. So I get there, having some lunch outside, I think his nan had made some sandwiches up or something or other. So I got bloody sauce on the gob. Luke had like gone and done his thing or whatever, and I was just wandering back to him, I think. And on the floor, I'm walking my head down. I'd run out of money at this point. I found 20 quid on the floor.
Wow.
I was like, oh, 20 quid? And that was a lot of money back then. I mean, this was back when PlayStation 1 was out and you could buy a game for £20. So imagine being an 8-year-old and being able to go out and buy a brand new Xbox One game, which nowadays is like 50 quid. So it was like the equivalent of finding 50 quid these days.
Well, I used to get Barbie on a Saturday.
Yeah. I'd get wrestlers.
£18
Yeah.
thing. So it was a lot of money.
It really was a lot of money. So I found this 20 quid. I go over to Luke's mum. Let's call her Nana Luke, because I don't remember what her name was. Nice lady. I says, "Oh, Nana Luke, I found this on the floor." 20 quid. She says, "Oh, well done, Leigh." I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to go now to the gift shop because I spent all my money and buy some stuff." She says, "Now let's be responsible, Leigh." I was like, "What do you mean, Nana Luke?" "Let's go over to customer services and hand it in." I'm looking around thinking, who the hell is going to go up and say, "Sorry, I've lost £20. Has somebody found it?" There's like 4,000 people there. And she insisted we go and give it to the customer service people. I'm sitting back on my little bench, eating the last of my crisps or sandwich.
I can imagine you being absolutely devastated.
I was fuming. I was ready to push her in the bloody canal.
Mind you, I've done the same with you, haven't I?
Yeah, but I'm looking over at customer services, and let's just call her Judy Moody, the woman who took the 20 quid off me. I saw her put in her purse. I watched her open her purse. She looked over me and said, "Yeah, you little fucker." Stuck in her purse.
Tell the truth. What happened?
Well, I lost me 20 quid. Noisy gits.
She didn't put it in her purse.
I bet she did. Who the hell's going to own up to that? Yeah, end of the day, yeah, somebody give us 20 quid today. We should really put it in lost property. No, it went in her purse and bought us a couple of bottles of Lambrini. So I was not happy about that.
It does make me wonder what happens with the police. Like,
A lot of dodgy stuff.
well, won't go into detail, but I've known a few. And
Well, look at the other day. Sorry, I saw something about Katie Price with Harvey.
yeah, that is flibbity-gibbetly messed up.
Like 7 coppers or something. I'd set up a WhatsApp group, a private one. And I was just sending pictures and messages about him between the lot of them.
Wasn't there some racism to
So yeah,
bit madness, really?
there was them coppers and they set up this WhatsApp group. I only saw the headline off Katie Price on TikTok. And something like they've been sending stuff about Harvey Price between all of them. And they're the people, like, if anything happens to Harvey Price or whatever, that they'd be relying on. So that's a bit dodgy. But on a brighter note, do any of you have a bedside?
A what?
A bedside.
Like a table?
No, not a table or a lampane. So me and I...
Oh, I have my side, yeah.
Yeah, I've wanted to talk about this for a while now. It's really boring, but I thought it'd be interesting to hear your lot's opinion.
It's like on the last video when I said, does anybody have a posh telephone voice?
But we have a side of the bed.
Yeah, so our bed, imagine like the headboard's there. I'm that side, he's that side.
And it doesn't differ.
Right, look to the right of Leigh.
Wherever we go, so say you stand at the end of the bed, Aim always has the left-hand side.
Right.
I always have, now, if you stand at the end of the bed, you always have the left-hand side.
But if I'm sleeping next to Leigh, I'm on to the right of him.
Yeah. Do any of you have this situation going on with your partners where literally they will not swap at all? And it's probably a good job we don't swap because I'm a picky bug in my bed as I've got older.
With everything?
All right. What the hell?
I mean...
He's a picky bug with everything, he is.
They're like your seating and that.
Aim. Do you want to behave yourself?
No, I'm being honest, like, you won't move from there, will you?
No, that's my seat, right here.
I'm not that fussed like
I don't know, and when we lived at your mum's, you had a seat in the window and you wouldn't let... If I sat on it for a minute, you'd get, "Oh, see, Leigh, that's my seat, I'm on it back in a minute."
Only because I didn't want to sit next to my dad.
But do you, any of you have a bedside where, like, literally your partner can't sleep on your side? You have to sleep there, no matter where. Hotels, doesn't matter. My mum's house, other places we've been. Probably when we go to Claire's, whatever it'll be. The situation, whatever the situation, aim always has to have the left hand side, to my right.
Yeah,
You don't get a say in the matter.
Mind you, you do that. Could you sleep on the other side?
I don't know.
My preferable side to turn is on my right side when I'm not the actual side of the bed necessarily, but I like to sleep facing that way.
I think it's sort of ingrained in me now that that's just my side of the bed, because I like to sleep on my left hand side. So I think if I might actually say to him sometimes, Leigh, come give us a cuddle, like when we're going to sleep. Cuddle up whilst we're going to sleep. I get so uncomfortable. I lay there on my right hand side. Okay, I'm going to stay for like 5 minutes and we're going to do what Ross and Chandler did in Friends, the hug and roll. They're like, you hug and you roll. Then you roll that way. But it don't work because Aim wakes up when I try and hug her and roll her off me. And then she grabbed my feet with hers. I'm like, Leigh, where the hell are you going? I'm just going on my side now, Aim. No, you're not. You're staying here for a bit longer.
I do have to touch somebody's feet.
That sounds dodgy, Aim.
No, if I'm in bed with someone.
Oh, I thought you just meant like in general, like when you're doing Primark shopping. You got to touch somebody's feet in the queue.
No. So, obviously, when I'm in bed, I have to sort of, now that I can touch his feet. I know it sounds a bit weird, but that's alright.
You mutter sometimes. Are they meant to even have heard that?
Because I said that's the way I am, but if you saw the face I was putting, I was sort of going, no, nutcase.
But if I do that with Aim, and you can't move your feet, and I grab hers with my feet, she freaks out because I've got claws. Not literally, but she gets panicked about my toenails.
No, what it is, he kicks me in the night.
Don't forget you punched yourself in the face
I
this morning.
punched myself in the nails this morning, yeah.
In a sleep.
Yeah, I did. But it's funny that is because we do have our own seats as well.
Yeah.
That's another quick thing. Do you have your own seats? Who does sort of rotate their seating?
If you've got any sense, you don't. You want to have your own seat. It's like part of being man of the house. Man has his seat, woman has her place. And that's
Shut up, Leigh. Just stop that.
I'm joking.
No, but it's true, like, in every house we've ever had, we've all had our places.
Yeah. If you had to look at me and Aim right now,
Oh, no.
who do you think rules the roost? Drop it in the comments if you're still watching at this point. Who do you think wears the trousers? And right now, I can tell you, I'm just done something really weird. Like, I think just like, that thing to used to where the spit comes out your mouth.
Gleek.
Yeah, you gleeks all over the table.
It was a tomato juice.
Oh, that's all right then. That's not
Wasn't
disgusting.
me.
So right now, I can tell you, Amy's wearing the trousers because she's got her pyjama bottoms on, whereas I'm wearing shorts.
My pyjamas.
Who wears the trousers in your house? Maybe it's the kids. Maybe you live with your in-laws. Maybe your in-laws rule the house. I don't know.
I'm already going to answer that question. It's not like that. I don't rule Leigh, Leigh don't rule me. Sometimes how can you say, I don't want to say authority, but
Sometimes I get told what to do. In a nice way.
do you sometimes influence me?
I try to. It doesn't work.
No, so me and Leigh, I'm the more spontaneous one. Leigh will kind of be the one to ground us down, so we find a happy equilibrium. Sometimes I'm like, no, I want to do this. Sometimes, no, you want to do that. But I think
Sounds great. I ground us down.
No, you know what I mean? You need grounding sometimes. If you're like me, if someone was with me, they'd have a really like, oh, let's do this, let's just go out. You know, that's the kind of mindset I have. Whereas Leigh kind of brings me back down to reality a bit. Otherwise, sometimes I bring him out of his little comfort zone, and we also have a good time the other way. But I think it's certain situations that we control. Can I have one too?
Of course you can have one too, Anne. You can have as many as you want, but
Oh, there's only one left, Leigh.
that's why you can have it, because that's what's left. Give this a go.
Yeah, it is lovely. I think it's certain situations with relationships. Tell us in the comments what it's like for you. So there's certain things that I'm better dealing with in the relationship, and then there's certain things you're better dealing with, isn't there?
Yeah. I reckon I'm better at dealing with anything serious. Like, I have the serious head on.
I don't know if there's a problem with health in the family, or hospitals, or anything like that.
Yeah, but like, you don't know how to plug a HD lead in.
That's
You
not
don't
a
have
really
anything
serious
technical.
matter.
When bloody MasterChef's coming online and you can't turn the TV on, it'll be serious then, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you teach me everything you know about health and about like curing heart attacks and stuff, so I know if you ever have one what to do, and I'll teach you how to work the television. Seems like a fair trade.
No, you were sort of going somewhere with it at the beginning, like serious things. Finances, Leigh deals with it.
That's our raw skin.
I just know how to spend it. Good films. I choose some good films.
Yeah. I just find some good films. I've got to be honest.
That's a really crappy example, though, isn't it? Of what can I do? Find a decent film on Netflix is all she's
No,
like.
you're good at organising shit. Like, you know, the house would struggle. Because I've got to be honest, if it's just me, Tia and Bren in the house, things might get awkward. Because, like, we wind each other up sometimes.
It's not even that, like...
And then we need aim to calm shit down.
No, I also have a strategy with things like... If I lived on my own,
Sorry.
everything would have a place, everything would be in a certain way. When I do go off on one with the whole, like, Mrs. Hinch nonsense, it's organised. Sometimes it's too depressing. I'm good at packing suitcases. I'm really good at that.
I'm good at being told what to... I just do the shopping, really, round
I
here.
do the shopping.
Hold on.
No, you go to Tesco.
I go Tesco and Lidl and local shops and everywhere.
I do the other shop.
You do the online shopping and the fun shopping, cloud shopping.
I don't really do a lot of that.
There ain't anywhere to go anymore, clothes wise.
The reason being, I've got enough anyway. I've got things that I've not... Oh, yes.
Our bloody Next shut down recently. They didn't give us a warning. They didn't say, hey up everyone, the Next is shutting down. Do you want to pop in and get all the aftershaves reduced? No, they just shut it down.
Yeah, but it's open at Bentley Bridge there. And we go
Well,
there all the
that's
time.
effort time.
It's closer than town.
Yeah, but town is
And
dying.
even when you go, you don't go in Next.
The town centre's dying, guys. The town, as you know, it will be no more soon.
We don't really bother with it. Do you guys have them little outlets now? We've got in Wolverhampton, type it in, called Bentley Bridge. And it's got B&M's, Home Bargains, JD Sports, Next, Hobbycraft, Aldi,
Oh,
a gym. Manna, Bye,
Oh,
Sue.
yeah, no, I've got itchy nails. My nose is running.
What else is that? Oh, Card Factory, Argos,
Oh,
Dorothy Perkins,
yeah.
TK Maxx, that type of thing. In sort of like a square. We actually use that more than the town centre.
No, I don't go out if I can help. I'd rather keep my money in my wallet rather than hand it over for crap. I mean, think about it, really.
Oh, and the range, I love that.
Just think about it, okay?
It won't go there with me no more.
So the average wage is like £8, £9, £10 an hour or something like that. Fine, whatever. You can spend an hour, you got to work for 1 hour just to pop over to McDonald's and get yourself some lunch. 1 hour's work, whatever you might do. Maybe you look after elderly people and you got to wipe the bums. Maybe you work in a chicken coop and you got to look after chickens. Maybe you cut off sheep balls. I've seen that done last night. I was watching Jeremy Clarkson's farm.
That's great, it's on Amazon Prime.
Brilliant. But I didn't know when sheep are first born, or lambs, they put like an elastic band around the balls, basically. And eventually, after about 2 or 3 days, they drop off. It's to stop them trying to hump the sisters and whatnot. And Jeremy was like really disturbed by it. And I thought, that's pretty cruel, really, when you think about it. You're putting a ring round the tail to stop the tail growing, because then flies get underneath the tail. That's why sheep always have short tails. And then you're cutting off the balls. They've all been alive for only 20 minutes. And then 6 months later, you're eating them from roast lamb. It's rather cruel.
It's horrible.
Where was I going with that? Yeah, money. So you work for that 1 hour doing all these crappy jobs that nobody really wants to do. How many of you, tell us in the comments, are happy with what you do? How many of you would happily leave your job tomorrow and do something different? Let us know. But you're doing these crappy jobs and then you're spending it on shit you don't need.
Yeah, but you know.
What? You just spent on crap you don't need, Like, I don't need a book, but I'll still buy a bloody book. And then I'm like, I've just worked an hour to pay for that book.
Some people are luckier than others. If you are sort of in that position where you've just got kind of like a minimum wage job, you have to be more careful, obviously. However, you know...
Well, we went away last week.
You give me money to go and spend in the shops then.
Yes, and we went away last weekend to Morecambe. Morecambe. This is my mum's house. It shouldn't have cost us a bloody penny. Rent-free. That's to pay. It's not like you're paying to go to, what them houses
Hotel?
called? No, them...
B&B?
No, flipping thing that people rent their house out.
Airbnb.
It's not like you're paying for that. It's just a free house.
Your mum should rent that house out, you know, when she's on holiday.
Yeah.
Mind you, we have it.
No, we have it. Because you start saying, yeah, you two can pay me then. So how the hell did it cost us 500 quid? The weekend, we went out the first night, 200 quid gone. We got back the next morning, I was like, well, yeah, I'm sure I had 100 quid in my purse. And you did, how much you got now? I didn't dare look. It my bloody property. Well, they've only got a tenner left. What the hell happened? So she spent 90 quid. I spent £100 odd on the card. So over 200 quid on one night. There's only two of us there. In Morecambe. Christ, when I was a kid, I could go out 20... No, that's a lie. At least 8 times on 200 quid.
Reframing not to tell them why though. Because...
Why what?
The place where we went to, this bar, was a wine bar. Like a bespoke wine bar. It wasn't sort of like Weatherspoons where they have like cheap drinks.
Going off beer. That's why we need to start going to Weatherspoons. I don't care if the beer's going off. For 20 quid, I can get 10 pints.
Like my drink was like £8 a glass or something like that.
£8.50.
I mean, guys, I can get 3 bottles for like 12 quid.
That's what my point is, when it's there in front of you and you're on a night out or a day out or whatever, you think, why not? I've always wanted a gold-plated hedgehog to sit on the fireplace.
Actually, though, we do have a club in Wolves called Chicago Rock Cafe. Let's call it CRC. On a Friday night, it's normally buy one, get one free. Me and Leigh, to be fair, could do a full night out on 100 quid.
Easy.
But it seems not there.
Sorry?
You can't do it there.
No, in Morecambe, they know how to charge. Well, this one place, we went round the corner where the guitarist was playing on that vlog. And actually, that's a lie, we went to a place after that, which I didn't dare record, because we might have been beaten up.
No.
For like film, they might have thought it was putting on Buddy Britain's Most Wanted.
No, this is not even a place where you get beaten up, because them kind of places, people still dress like, you know, them bad boys that everyone was agreeing on.
There was like people
This was a flipping wreck.
There's like people in the bloody onesies and stuff. People just left the kids outside in the pram whilst they pop in for a swift half.
Well, they
Proper
did.
traditional
Don't put it down. It was just horrific.
Don't put it down.
No,
it was horrific.
Don't put the people down. The people was all right. It was
Staff were lovely, like really friendly and helpful. Just the clientele. But
you know when you get one of them places in the middle of a certain area, and they all go in there. The decor was something. I'm sorry, but not even past decades have been that bad.
But the problem is, me and Anne can't put it down because we had one of our best nights out in Morecambe at that pub about a year ago with my mum and McNob, a fella Bob.
Hang on a minute. We'll just go back to that.
Wow, it was really good that
When
night.
you said it was one of the best nights out with...
In Morecambe that we've had. We had a great night.
Yeah, we did.
You
But it
was
took
up like
us a
dancing
long
your tits
time.
off, fine.
It took a long time and a lot of wine.
Well, it didn't take you that long. We got there about 9
Some
o'clock.
women started on me.
Because you was dancing so well.
The man on the singer was chatting away from me, alright?
Yeah, because it was funny. It was a nice pub. It's obviously gone downhill a bit because of COVID.
Has it ever been uphill?
That was a classy place back in the day, eh?
It wasn't.
Look, that is the pound shop of pub sign. Yeah, I'll just don't put it down.
You put it down firstly.
I didn't call it horrific.
I'm telling you now, that was his choice, that was. Bob.
Yeah, not mine. McNob. He said, let's go there. But then again, the last time we went in there, we had a good laugh, so who knows? It could have been better. But we didn't film that part.
No, because basically,
Would have been mugged. If
Not
you
only
took our phone
that,
out.
5 minutes later, your mum was mortal.
Yeah, not Mortal Kombat. She was out for the count. Sliding off the chair underneath the table. Is it right down there, mother? Oh. Drink on, mother. Oh.
She couldn't even, I'm not lying, she does these faces.
Yeah, she does. She was just gone with the wind. If you watch your mother, I know you're not, but hello.
She sort of does this thing when she's talking, she'll go. I don't even know what to say.
Can't do it.
Something happens, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Like, she'll be there 1 minute, like, oh, dancing away, but you'll know when she starts doing this certain dance, and then it's gone.
For somebody who can't move very well, because like literally her hips are going, her back's going, she moves pretty well when she's had a drink and wants to dance. She just starts dancing all over
She
the
don't
bloody
care
shop.
who's in front of, does she?
No, don't give a damn.
She's just there living her best life, and then all of a sudden,
Well, there's a lot of younger people in this pub where we saw the guitarist.
I love going out with your mum. But
Well, you've had a lot of good times over the years. One time, we've told the story before, we found her in our bloody entryway, our porch, and it was outdoors. She just fell asleep in the snow because she told us she was going out.
yeah, she's like, I'll be fine, get a black cat. She's like, I can't be asked to get in the house. I'm just gonna...
Yeah, she had the key in her hand. All she did was put it in the door and walk up. She lived in an upstairs flat.
I couldn't handle your mum now on a night out because I think if it was just me and your mum and I had to control her,
Oh no, but it'd be like,
oh my
what do
life.
they call it now? I forgot what it said. Basically, like the idiots running the asylum, basically, because who the hell's going to control her at the same time?
Who?
You.
I walked out of there fine.
You
right?
did, Aim, but there has been occasions when you've been at my mum where she's had to help you up the stairs, Aim.
Yeah, but it's like I said to her when she said that was about 10 years ago, and we haven't been out with your mum in years.
Well,
And bear in mind, she's 63.
thank God Bob was there to help us, because I just left in tears. I was like, Bob, she's your missus, you deal with her.
Can I just say, I was in my 20s when she did that, and secondly, I remember when we was in our 20s, that experience on the doorstep, she was still in her blooming, she was, back then, sleeping halfway through clubs. The bouncer daughter was on drugs.
Yeah. She might have been. She's in the 50s. Why can't you do
She
drugs in
wasn't.
the 50s?
What it was, we had a fish bowl that night. And
She ate the fish.
she basically drank the whole bowl without me sharing.
Yeah, once she has a taste for it, that's it.
Yeah, she does continuously.
To the point where she's done. But
There's
she doesn't actually drink that much for her to get to that point.
Well, she started at 5:30. She bought me this huge glass one. I was like, I can't drink that. What it is, though, she doesn't have that cut-off point, does she?
No, like, the cut-off point comes when the lights go off in her head.
Yeah, like, she doesn't think, right, I feel a bit drunk. Because I used to be out of control like that. I never used... Sometimes I'd be like, I want to keep drinking, I want to keep going, I want the night to never end type of thing. But then I'd sort of like... But Jill, Lee's mum, she doesn't...
No.
She doesn't know how to stop, does she? Or
No.
And Bob was like, hi, Owen.
Yeah. But talk about stopping. I think that's our cue to stop. Because it's now 25 to 7. And we've got to clear up yet. And I'm knackered. I need half hour's rest. So, Amo, take us away, baby.
Sorry, it's hot. Hang on, I'm going to have a sip, guys.
I'll take us away. Guys, thank you for watching.
Now, go on. And you know what in this boy now?
I honestly don't, I never listen. I tune out. I'm already thinking about supper or pudding.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, we got some
Oh, you got some Yorkshire pudding there.
cream, what's it called
What?
them? Scones.
We've got some
clotted
scones.
cream and jam.
Yeah, I won't be eating that crap.
Cream tea.
I got a custard slice. Yeah, baby.
Well, you haven't. Anyway, guys, remember to be kind, remember to be nice,
Why?
comment, share, like,
There's
and
some greedy
subscribe.
bastard eating it.
No.
2 custard creams, Aim. Custard slices, not custard
Oh,
creams.
no, it was an egg custard.
Do you want to stop hitting me as well?
Go
With
on.
my cake.
I had egg custard.
Right, guys, thanks for
Anyway,
watching.
guys, we'll see you next time. In the descriptions, all the stuff. Love you.
Bye.